Previously on Xmen.
As promised, recently I did a video on this yellow Wolverine vs. Ninjas piece right here. You can check it out if you missed the review. All of these Wolverine vs. Ninjas on the table, they're all by the same sculptor, different outfits, similar concepts, and while I had initially planned to do a comparison video, an extreme rumble, an extrumble between each one, I figured, you know what? I think I could get that out of me, but it's just too hard.
Hey, that's what she said.
I decided to dive into a deeper question that's asked constantly in the statue community, and that's why don't they make more Wolverine statues? As the Extreme channel is pushing towards 50,000 subscribers, these are just a few of the statues we're giving away on the journey there. If you want to know how to win one, stay tuned for later in the video. Hey, thanks for tuning into the Extreme channel. My name is Mr. X. As you see, we're all about extreme collectibles. In front of me, I have 3 custom 1/4 scale Wolverine statues, and they're all ninja dioramas because Wolverines and ninjas are fucking awesome. So really quick, these are custom statues. Means they're private, unlicensed commissions. They're all long sold out, but for a little bit more detail, you can actually check out the initial videos of these. Here, I did the X-Force one way back when my channel first started. This was actually the prototype. And then shortly after, I did this giant one, which had a bunch of shipping issues that has since been repaired. Now, with the addition of the third most recent one here, I decided let's put all of these on the table together. I've owned over 30 different Wolverine statues, and somehow these are still here in the collection despite massive recent sell-offs. And as I said, we could do a comparison, although it's the same sculptor, they're all about the same scale. They're all Wolverine. Different costumes though, that's kind of cool, the different sequences in his life. We have a super bloody, a non-bloody, and a semi-bloody. We have 2 with tons of different switch out and torso options. One where the ninjas are still alive, but it got me thinking of one of the most commonly asked questions within the statue community, and that is, why do they keep making the same characters? Why are there so many Wolverine and Hulk and Batman and Spider-Man and Venom statues? Pick your poison. There's about 12 characters, including Magneto and Joker and Darth Vader, that they keep making over and over and over. Now I know you're saying, Mr. X, those are the really popular characters. Yes, but there's also very popular characters that they never make. I mean, how long did it take for companies to start producing Nightcrawler, Storm, Colossus, or even think about Riddler? We rarely get a licensed Riddler. So while I probably won't come up with an answer today for you guys, it's not as simple as these characters are popular. Although that does play a factor. That first factor being, how easy will this statue sell? You know, many times, like collectors like myself ask for a specific character that hasn't been done. I've actually done a video on the characters I would love to see made. And working with both licensed and custom statue manufacturers, I can tell you for a fact that when they put out a statue saying, hey, who wants to buy this Mephisto or kind of off character, hundreds and hundreds of people will say, yes, I'm in. Then when it comes time to put the money down, crickets, literally. So first and foremost, statue companies have to create characters that will sell. And while popularity does play a role within that, among other things like hype and pop culture, it's not a one-all true-all. There are some very popular characters that people just don't buy for whatever reason. However, specifically to Wolverine, these are some of the things that I've figured out why everyone keeps making Wolverine statues. Besides Wolverine's immense popularity, that's the first reason. Number 2, I'd say, is he pairs well. What I mean by that is he's been on a few different teams. Obviously, you see X-Force and X-Men, so he can pair with all the other protagonist X-Men, but also against their villains. He's also a standalone guy, kind of a loner. Then he's even toiled with the X-Men and Spider-Man, and you pick your poison, Wolverine has pretty much gotten around. I think the second reason is he can pretty much pair with anyone else. Number 3 is I think there's so many different variants of Wolverine. Here it's simply just costume on the table, which, let's be honest, that's kind of cool. But also, if you've seen on my channel, he's been around for so long, so there's samurai versions and soldier versions, Old Man Logan versions. And also along that variant lines, he's battled so many different enemies. You can have him fighting against the Hulk or fighting against ninjas, Omega Red, Magneto, Absolute Carnage, and more. So there's so many different variants you can actually do with Wolverine. I think that plays in a big factor. The fourth reason I think statues of Wolverine are so popular, he is incredibly badass. Very few other characters would come in a bloody ninja diorama like this. It's actually pretty rare. Wolverine has that carnage primal instinct of anger. I think Wolverine's nature transcends really well into different statue ideas and formats you can do. Whether it's his primal carnage we're talking about, or even the fact that he's so athletic, he's smug, and I think everyone relates to him in some way or another. Reason number 5 ties a little bit into reason number 1, the popularity of the character, but Wolverine's abilities, if you will, while often copied, and sometimes even copied before he was created, his superhuman feeling and the metal claws, which we've seen in other characters, kind of originated with him. He's kind of the go-to guy when you think of that stuff, despite other characters that have those same powers. And I think that his powers or his abilities are badass as hell because they're so rudimentary that he can't be stopped, or it takes a ton to actually take him out. So I think people are very favorable of his abilities. And number 6, kind of touched on this already, but his personality is just likable. He's that likable asshole. Now I can very much relate to that because out of every 5 people that watch the channel, 4 of them think I'm an asshole and 1 of them like me. Well, that's probably right. Wolverine's probably closer to 5 and 5. He's just that likable character, so people have that more of attachment to him, so they're more willing to buy a Wolverine statue. This honestly makes me wish I was a grad student doing a research paper. I would legitimately do one on why Wolverine is so popular. And what's cool is when you take all those characters they're making tons of statues of, like Wolverine or Batman or Venom, the answers are completely different for each one. Like here we talked about all the different variants of Wolverine. There's not really a ton with Venom. Sure, there's other symbioted pieces, but not in the same realm. But the bottom line is they make so many Wolverine statues because that's what sells. Maybe some of those reasons I talked about contribute to why people want to buy them, but I think this video really is more for you guys. Throw down in the comments below why you think they make so many Wolverine statues. I think it'll start a great conversation for the entire group. I read every single comment, and plus that comment could actually win you a statue. We will be giving all of these statues away, plus additional ones at every 5,000 subscriber milestone. To win one of these statues, all you have to do is make sure you've liked this video, you've subscribed to the channel, you've hit that bell notification, and then just drop a comment below. Every 5,000 subscriber milestone, we are going to do a random drawing and pick a random comment and give one of these statues away, plus some additional ones I'm not showing right now. The more videos you comment on, the higher your chances are to win. Hey, thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Please give me a like. I carried these 3 heavy motherfuckers from upstairs. I got to carry them back now, so give me a like for at least that. Subscribe if you like stuff like this. Tons of cool content coming. I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.